So let us now discuss about the third class, that is the agonists, antagonists. It is a drug that interacts with specific receptor, number one, or part of effector mechanisms to inhibit the action of agonist. So they basically inhibit the action of agonist by these two different mechanisms. So these agents themselves do not possesses any intrinsic activity, but they compete with the agonist to occupy the receptor site, the site where the agonist is going to bind. Or there is another option, they also act on an allosteric site. And what is the allosteric site? It is a site other than receptor's active site, that it is a site on the receptor but it is not the active site. So on binding with allosteric site, they distort the structure of the receptor. The structure of the receptor is distorted, and this distortion of structure of receptor, how does it works? The agonist cannot bind with that particular receptor. So in terms of affinity and intrinsic activity, antagonist possesses affinity for the receptor, but it possesses no intrinsic activity. That it means that its intrinsic activity is equal to zero. Let us take an example. People know about the drug that is atropine. Atropine always antagonizes the action of acetylcholine, and both of these drugs acts on muscarinic receptors. So it is an example of antagonist, that basically atropine gets itself bind and it inhibits the action of acetylcholine on muscarinic receptors. Similarly, if we talk about naloxone, which is basically an antagonist of morphine, so it antagonizes the action of morphine on opioid receptors. It binds with opioid receptors and basically inhibits the action of morphine. This is basically uh, how a drug that is an antagonist behaves and produces its action in the body. In this slide, we are going to discuss about the receptor regulation and drug tolerance. We are going to discuss three things, that is receptor down regulation, receptor up regulation, and thirdly tachyphylaxis or desensitization. Talking about receptor regulation, receptor number does not remain constant but it changes according to the physiological and the pathological states of the body. So it means that change in the population of receptor is basically a hemostatic mechanism of a tissue, and the aim of this mechanism is to maintain the process of ongoing functions or ongoing mechanisms in a particular tissue. And if there is any alteration in the number of receptors, it will modify the effects produced by the endogenous ligands, and these endogenous ligands are hormones, neurotransmitters, etc. Receptor down regulation is basically decrease in number of receptors in a particular tissue. Down regulation of receptors is basically is responsible for the diminished effect of drugs. It is often seen that whenever tissues are continuously exposed to an agonist, what occurs when they are continuously exposed? Continuous intense receptor stimulation may enhance enhanced endocytosis of the receptors. We call this endocytosis of receptors as internalization. This internalization occurs from the cell surface, and once it is internalized, they are basically degraded. So when this process occurs at a rate which is faster than the synthesis of the receptor, the total number of cell surface receptor is reduced. So down regulation phenomena mostly leads to desensitization or refractiveness. This refractiveness is basically a diminished response of the tissues. So receptor down regulation is particularly exhibited by a specific kind of receptors. For example, tyrosine protein kinase receptors shows this type of down regulation. Alpha and beta adrenergic receptors, they also show down regulation phenomena when they are continuously exposed to catecholamines. So this is basically down regulation of receptors. Now, receptor upregulation is exactly opposite to downregulation. It is basically increased in number of receptors in a particular tissue. And how it occurs, it is usually seen after prolonged deprivation of the agonist. And how this is occurred, that deprivation of agonist means that continuous exposure to an antagonist basically results in the formation of new receptors. Upregulation of receptors is generally responsible for a state of supersensitization. It means enhanced responsiveness of tissues. So basically upregulation of receptors are responsible for rebound hypertension in humans following the withdrawal of beta adrenergic receptor drugs. It is a simple example of receptor upregulation. Upon continuous exposure of an antagonist, that is beta adrenergic blocker drug, rebound hypertension occurs as a phenomena of supersensitization.